Can I please have that 15 minutes back? What people weren't taught, sadly, was like, what's the purpose of a daily scrum, right? And the purpose is for a team, right? A group of people who are trying to work interdependently towards common goals to every day inspect and adapt their plan for the work so that every day they can make the most effective plan for that day. Like as we're doing the work, we're discovering things about the work. And so if we come together and say, hey, of all the work we know about, what do we think is the most important work to focus on today? And how are we all going to work together to do that work? Right. That's the purpose of it, is to come away with a plan for the day that the whole team is really confident is addressing the most important stuff. And that performative way, the 3 questions, doesn't really do that. Right. And I've seen teams that do a variation on that where they answer the 3 questions. So it's like, okay, we know what got done yesterday. Everybody shares what they think they should do today. But then afterwards, we all step back and go, okay, well, let's look at all the, pieces of work that nobody signed up for. Are any of those more important than the ones that people did sign up for? And if so, let's kind of readjust. That can work. Some people, like my good friend and often colleague, Season, will go so far as to say, we just have to abandon the 3 questions entirely. And I would not argue with that, right? Because I think people got so wrapped up in we're supposed to do this as opposed to why are we here? What are we trying to accomplish? What's the purpose, right? And the purpose is, as a team, we inspect and adapt the work we're doing so that every day we make sure we're doing the most important work. So yeah, I mean, that's a classic example. And I think in the agile space, there is just over and over lots of examples of that, of people who learn a practice, right? Do step 1, step 2, step 3. But if they don't know why, they end up doing this stuff, but it doesn't really have a lot of benefit because they don't.
That's a really good call. And I led a team, I don't know, 7, 8 years ago now, and we would have the daily 15-minute stand up and we would do the 3 questions and then we would all go our separate ways. And we never really did get to your point of what are we actually accomplishing in this meeting? And it was like, are we doing this for connection? It felt performative after the second week. It felt like a waste of time. I went from 5 days a week to 3 days a week because it felt like it was just this repetitive nonsense. But I actually feel embarrassed because I never once asked the question, what am I really trying to accomplish by this? It did feel cool as a team. We all turned around because we were in a pod together and we had our morning kumbaya. Yeah, I should have asked what are we really trying to accomplish? And so that's a really good call for anybody out there that's doing daily stand-ups. There is an actual point to them, but make sure you're asking the why and what are you actually getting the impact from that. So very good call there.